Hi friends, it's Mari from Mari Hiraya Archives, and today we are going to talk about pen holders, pen cases, pen pouches, and we got a lot. Sometimes you just gotta get the pen pouches or the pen cases because you like how they look, and then you have it on standby for just in case, right? You guys do that, right? Yeah. So we get to talk about my updated pen holder, pen case, pen pouch collection, because the last time I did a video like this was early of last year, and I had a handful of pen cases, and since then I have added a few extra, probably like a handful, and so I thought it would be cool to go over my old collection and then the new ones that did come in, and I guess my thoughts about it and if I made the right decision, because we all know, well, let me back up. I do not have a stationery shop here where I can just pop in and kind of test things out. I rely on online reviews, pictures, Instagram, YouTube, and then I kind of make my decision there. Sometimes it's a hit and sometimes it's a miss. And I just kind of want to discuss, I guess some of the misses that I had, or I wouldn't say like a miss, but more like of, how do I put it? I thought I would use it more so than certain items that I did add to my collection. So let's go ahead and talk about these pen cases. So this is kind of going to be a show and tell, and then just like my thoughts and my opinion about it. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, so I'm going through this not in a particular order, but just more so, I guess, smaller to bigger, because it's just a little bit easier that way. And so let me go ahead and clear some of these up so we can talk about them. I wanted to include these two because these are my husband's favorite way of carrying his pens with his traveler's notebook. These were mine, but I gave it to him because I am such a lovely wife. But these are his favorite ways to carry his pen, and this is a Traveler's Company pen holder in, I think, forgot, they come in two sizes. I know they have like a smaller size and then a larger size. This is the larger size, and this is a collaboration with, I believe this is a collaboration with Nigel Coburn, and he actually uses this on his Traveler's notebook, which I have here. This is his traveler's notebook that he does with his sketches, and this is how he carries it. So it's a love and hate for me when it comes to this pen holder, but I do like it and I do use it from time to time. But when it comes to like a single pen holder, I'll show you my favorite. But this is one way he likes to carry his pen. And there are several like collaboration pen holders that they do have. I want to say that I have some, but I think I sold most of these and only kept the ones that my husband wanted. And so I think I have one more somewhere. I don't know exactly, but I think this is a great way. It's not one of my favorite ways, but I do like how it looks, and especially if it's a collaboration, I think it's really cool. So, okay, next is one of my favorite pen holders, a single pen holder, and it's the Superior Labor magnetic pen holder. Now they actually come, I think, in two different sizes. They have the single one, and I think they have, it's either a 2-pen or a 3-pen holder. I think it's a 2-pen holder. That is actually one of my next purchases. I'm surprised I haven't purchased that. Anyways, so this is in the olive color, And this is one of my favorite ways to house a single pen on my traveler's notebook. I just gave it to my husband because he really liked it as well. Or maybe he's borrowing it. I don't want to say I gave it to him because I really love this thing. He's borrowing it. And so he likes to clip it on his traveler's notebook. This is a traveler's notebook that I cut down for him. So it's like a passport plus size. And this is what he uses for this one. And it's like this. And it's this is, I think, like I mentioned, one of my favorite ways to hold a single pen. I just think the look of it is so nice. I'm not sure if they carry this. I know they go out of stock really fast. I purchased this back in like 2019. But this is, like I had mentioned, one of my favorite ways to hold a single pen. And the magnet is really strong. It's really good quality. And I just love the way it looks. I highly recommend this one. The next one is, this is the Traveler's Notebook collaboration with Baum Kuchen, which is a leather pen holder, and it has a clip that you could clip on either your Traveler's Notebook or a pouch. Usually how I like to use this is I actually clip it on my Traveler or the Superior Labor petite tote, which, by the way, they just released a see-through like this version. But the cool thing about the one that they just released, I think it's a little bit wider and it has an insert. I am so jealous. I missed out on it. I could, but even if they had it, I probably wouldn't have bought it, only because I already have this one. So I'm thinking, if I really want to get the look of the inside pouch, I can always put one of my the Superior Labor engineer pouch in here if I want to get that look. I don't know why I never thought about that before, but it's really cool. So anyways, I like to hang this over here on my pouch, or I would hang it on my Traveler's Notebook. So here is a Traveler's Company. This is in the blue version. I actually cut this down to a Hobonichi week size, which the reason being was because this is what I was supposed to be in for 2026, but plans changed. But this is one of my absolute favorite like DIYs that I did. And I just love this. I can't wait to start using it. I'm not sure how I'm going to start using it, but I will. But anyway, so usually you just kind of like clip it on here like so. And it holds at least 2 pens, depending on the width of the pens that you have. Like, let's see, like something like this. This is quite thick, so usually I would need to find maybe a smaller. And it looks like this. It's so cute. I really love the look of this. And this has patinaed beautifully, because when I first got it, it was like a stark white, like this color. It was this color, and now it's this beautiful honey brown. I love how it looks. And I don't know if this is available. I think you can get it from time to time. But then again, I know like TSL items, especially Baum Kuchen collaborations, are always out of stock. So I'll keep an eye out on this one. So, but one of my favorites. I will always have this in my collection. I love this one. Okay, next up is this Kolo like small pen holder. Now, the reason why I got this is because I did get a couple new Kolo Tino fountain pens, and I really liked this fabric and this plaid design. I think it's so beautiful. I like how thin it is. I haven't used it quite yet because, again, a lot of my pen pouches, it's like I journal at home. And so that's one thing I'm learning about myself, is I have to pick pen pouches that that I can use at my desk. And sometimes some of these pen cases are too cumbersome or it's not like easy access like I would wish it would be. And so I don't use it as much. But this one I really, really loved. Now, the Kolo fountain pens, they actually came in these really cool single pen holder sleeves. And I actually like how this feels. Here is a Kolo brass fountain pen. And I think it's really sleek. I like the look of it. This kind of like, I don't know, it has like this feeling of like it's magnetic, but there's no magnet in there at all. But I like this little sleeve. I think this is great if you need to put it in something like this. At least your single fountain pen is protected. So yeah. And this right here, this is made out of 100% organic cotton and genuine leather. So I really thought this was a great little pencil case. It's slim enough. So if I did want to add like some of my fountain pens, let's say like my Kolo and maybe, I don't know, this, I think it would look really great in your pouch, or even if you want to put it on your traveler's notebook and it just kind of sits like that. I think it's a great look. One thing with me too is that I love a great design, but I also like how it looks on my items, and so that's a big factor for me. And so I think this would look really great on a traveler's notebook, and it's thin enough that it doesn't feel too bulky, especially like if you want to throw it in your bag or your purse. I really love this design. This I feel like would be a great little pen holder because it's thin enough and I could just place it on my desk like so, and it doesn't feel like it's taking up too much space. So that's what I love about that. So this one is a great one, and I think this was pretty inexpensive. I want to say it was like $35 for this, and they have different designs as well. So I highly recommend this if you're looking for something that's thin, that can hold a couple, 2 or 3 pens, and it's thin enough, and it has a great design, and it's using very good material such as organic cotton. I just love this one a lot. Okay. Next up is, now I'm going to toot my own horn because it is definitely one of my favorite ways to hold a lot of my fountain pens on my desk and on my traveler's notebook, is my tiny pen totes. I do have 2 sizes. This is the standard size, and this is the passport size. And the reason why I sized it that way, just because I kind of made it to kind of go with your traveler's notebook, and so to kind of not have any confusion, this is the standard size and this is the passport size. But either or can fit. Well, this would be too big for your passport size traveler's notebook, but definitely this one will fit either or. And I absolutely love this pen holder, this pen pouch case holder. I still don't know what to call these pen cases, pen pouch, pen holder, pen pouches, because of the fact that it looks so cute. One, it looks really cute on your traveler's notebook. And 2, this was very carefully made and designed to hold your favorite pens. It does have a built-in sleeve on the inside, and then enough space to like carry maybe, you know, a washi card in here. And I don't know, maybe a Kita sticker that you want, your favorite one that you want to bring with you. It's just one of my favorite ways to carry, especially my pocket pens. I currently have, and I'm learning this about myself, is that I absolutely love using pocket pens. It is one of my, for the last few weeks, is what I've been using. And I don't know, I just love the size of it. I love the feel of it. And so I may or may not have added a couple more pocket pens in my collection. But anyway, so this is how I've been using my tiny pen tote in the passport size. I've just been having it right here on my desk, and I love how it looks on my desk. I don't use like a traveler's notebook on a daily basis, but I do have a traveler's notebook that I use on occasion, because there are certain things that I'm using it for that doesn't require me to be in it on a daily basis. But I do use it for, even though I'm using an A6 journal, I just love how it looks on top of it. So when it's on my desk, I just kind of leave it like that, and I just love how it looks. And so like I mentioned, there's 2 sizes, and obviously this is made to look like a little tote. And I can't say enough about this, and I'm super excited that we will be adding a new color to it for the next shop update. It's been a very hibernating winter, and so once we feel energized enough to start tackling some new colors, we will definitely get that in. But we will be adding a few new colors for the spring, so we are so looking forward to that. But again, one of my favorite ways that I use these tiny pen totes. And we do have a few colors left over. So check out our Etsy shop, Tiny Planner Studio on Etsy, and see which ones you like. Okay. Next is another creation of ours, is these tiny little aprons. These were made, obviously, like I always say, I always like to make things that look cute on your journals, but this was inspired by a Starbucks apron ornament. But it wasn't made for your traveler's notebook, obviously, because there's certain things that was kind of like it would scratch up your traveler's notebook. But this one I love using. The size of it is mostly for, like, say, your felt or your pocket pens. I've seen people actually put their full size pens, but I love how it looks like this. And it actually has a little slip in the back, if you can see right here. So you can actually just clip your pen inside it just to keep it more secured, if you can see it. And it just kind of, it's just cute, you know? Like, why not? And so we do have 2 colors. We have the black and the camel color. I don't use this as often as this one. So, but this is still a great way to hold your pens on your traveler's notebook. I think it's just super adorable. I just have so many things that it's impossible for me to use everything all at once. And so I know eventually I'll use this more than this one, but this still is my favorite way to hold my pocket pens. So this is also available in our Etsy shop. So check that out. Okay. Next up is this right here. Now this actually came in a pouch. This is the Galen leather 4 pen holder, and it comes with a pouch like this. And so, you know, if you are on the move, it's a great way to hold your fountain pens. And I really love this concept. I really do. Especially it's a great sleek look if you want to throw it in your bag. And then not only that, just having this little holder be able to come out. This is, I think, one of my favorite ways to display my fountain pens or my pens. In fact, I actually want to buy another one, another color. I think eventually I want to just probably purchase. I probably wouldn't buy the pouch again because, again, like I had mentioned, I don't travel with my fountain pens, and I do have plenty other holders that I can use if I do travel. And I know they do sell these separately, but I think I might try to make my own because I do have the materials. So I'm gonna I'm gonna try to do that. But I think I want to like match my fountain pens with the color of this. because I do like to match my inks with my fountain pen. So like all my blue fountain pens with the blue inks will go on a blue one like this. But anyways, that's just future me talking. But I love this fountain or this pen holder. I love how versatile it is, especially if you do need something to travel well with. I did get it in this undyed leather because I can't wait for it to patina and become this beautiful golden, like honey brown. But yeah, and this wasn't as expensive. It's pretty affordable or inexpensive compared to a lot of the leather pen holders that I own. I think this was like $53. I got this from Atlas Stationers, but you can also get it at their website. I know they are also like pretty popular, so usually they go out of stock, but I think they keep their stock levels, like they restock pretty fast. So do I recommend this? I highly recommend this. It's like one of my top 5 pen holders to use. But yeah, so that is it. And like I said, I like just displaying it on my desk like so. But yes, this one is a really great one. Okay, next up is another pocket pen holder, which I actually really love the look of. I was actually hoping that this would fit my A7, MD A7 notebook, but it does not. Sadly, it does not. It would have been perfect if it did. If it was just slightly larger. This is the Galen leather. Forgot. Like, I will pop up the exact title of it, name of this, but this is meant to hold, like, I think it's like an everyday carry. But this is meant to hold like a little notebook or some cards here, and then a few of your favorite little everyday carry things. And it has like this really nice pen holder. I really liked how this looked. And yes, this can hold your pens. Now, the only thing that I don't like about it is that my pens are touching. I don't know. I mean, obviously it's a pet peeve of mine. I just don't like it touching each other. And so it would have been nice if there was like a little sleeve here, or if you have a sleeve for your pen pouches, you could put that on here. But the idea is for it to be housed in here and a couple of important, you know, maybe your debit card or whatever. And then it goes like this. And then if you had one more, you can throw in like so, which I really love the design of this. I love the look of it. Man, it would be so perfect. It was just slightly larger to hold my A7 notebook. But it might hold a smaller notebook. Let me try. Let's see. So this is like an A7 notebook. You see how it's slightly too small. It doesn't fit. But if you have a smaller notebook, like something like this, that would definitely fit. But this one actually holds a pen. But yeah, see that kind of. Oh wait. Oh yeah, it does hold that. But then you wouldn't be able to fit your fountain pens. So maybe this isn't really made to hold a notebook. But I definitely grabbed this because I love the design of it, and eventually I will use it. I just don't know when or where. But I grabbed it because Atlas Stationers had a restock of their Galen leather items, and so it's been on my list, and I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and grab it for myself. And it's I think it's called Honey Brown. Super cute. This is a pen holder that I got back in like 2017. It was like an Amazon find. It's made out of this beautiful real leather. It has held up for all these years. It's one of my favorite ways to hold my pens when on my desk, actually, because it does hold a lot. And then not only that, it's square, and so it sits great on my desk. And so I would actually house like all my pens, all my gel pens in here, like so. And it has a large capacity, and I like that it opens up wide like this, and so it was easy for me to like look through the pens that I needed. So this is what I haven't used this in a while, because the way I actually house my gel pens is in my tiny pen totes. I actually color coordinated them, and so like all my yellows and oranges are in this tiny pen tote, and then I have like all my blues in the denim one. And it just kind of sits on my desk in this little container that I have here. So I have it color coordinated, so that's the reason I haven't used it. But if I was like going to maybe a journal meetup and I wanted to bring my gel pens, this would be the one that I would take with me. And I just love the leather on this. It's nice and squishy. It's pebbled, and it has a little loop here. It's one of my favorites. I'm pretty sure you probably can still find this. I don't know. I mean, it's been a while. If I can find it, I'll definitely link it below for you guys. But I think I purchased this only for like $30. And like I said, it's one of my favorites. It's stayed in my collection through all my stationery purges, and this has always stayed in my collection. I love this thing. Okay, next up is another favorite. Obviously, these are all my favorites, because they have survived many purges of stationery. This is the Superior Labor collaborated with the Baum Kuchen. I think they're called a Porter case, and it looks like this, and it has two sides, a slip pocket here, and then this little like protector to put in between your pens. And I love this one because I don't know, as you used it, and I've used this actually a lot, and it has patina. As you can see, it has, you can tell I've used this. But I like this one because you can put thick pens, thin pens, they all fit like so. And this can fit up to, I think, 4 on both sides, but I just have really thick pens that's in there right now. And this has been one of my favorite ways to carry my favorite like stationery goods, and that's there to protect it. You close it up and it looks like this. I love this case. I don't know if they carry this anymore. If they might. Have I seen this? They might have this still. I'm not sure. But you can check out Baum Kuchen's website if they have this one, or maybe even in like Poshmark or Mercari, or maybe eBay. Someone's offloading their pen case. But I love how much this patinaed. I went ahead and stamped it with some of my favorite stamps at the time, just to kind of personalize it. I love how it looks. This is one of my favorite ones. I highly recommend this if you can get your hands on it. I don't know how much the price is for this. I know when I first purchased it, I think it was like $100 at the time, so I don't know how much it costs now, because we know these things have gone up in prices. But another favorite pen pouch of mine again. This one right here, this is, who is this? I forgot where. It's not made out of real leather, but I like the fact that it's magnetic and it's slim profile, and you can add a bunch of pens in there. Like so. But even though this isn't real leather, it has held up, but I'm assuming eventually it will probably start peeling, which is why I don't go for like PU leather or fake leather, because I know eventually they will not last. So I prefer like fabrics and real leather. But I do like this one. I haven't really used it, again, because I don't travel much, and then again, yeah, I just haven't used it, but it still stayed in my my collection because I feel like I could use this for other things other than pens. So, and I don't even know what the brand is, but this is in my collection. This one right here is the Yuruliku, oh man, tool case. But it has like this pen holder here, and then it has this little slip pocket here, which I use to house my Hobonichi Weeks because it's the perfect size. So I highly recommend this, especially if you use a Hobonichi Weeks and then you want to keep everything that you use, you know, in one spot. I think this would be a great, oh man, this is cool. So see, you could even do that. And then we're good to go. We're ready to journal wherever. This is great. But this holds a good amount of journaling supplies, especially your fountain pens. Or you can actually put this on this side, like so, and then you could put your journaling supplies here. Either way, this is a great pen pouch holder, stationery tool. It's one of my favorites. They do come in, I think, a few colors. I think this is is it the olive color? They have like a lighter brown color and I think a black color as well. So this I love. I highly recommend this. It's one of my favorites. And I love the look of it. I love the distressed, like washed canvas look. It's really nice. Okay. We are almost done here. But I do want to show you, this is the Peg and All Sendak. This is their larger one. I know they have a mini, which I really, really love, but I don't need another pen roll. So unless I sell this and get the smaller one. But this is a great pen pouch, pen case to use, especially if you carry like art supplies. And this is what I actually use this for. I use this for my art supplies, like all my markers and all like my pen, like erasers and sharpeners go into this little zipper pouch area. And it also has 2 back pockets, which is very nice. It's a great pen pouch. The only thing is it's quite cumbersome though when you, that's the reason why I like the okay, how do I do this? That's why I like the mini version, because it's a little bit smaller. It's not so crazy big, but if you need something big, this would be a great size for you. But for everyday carry, like if you're doing it for your journaling, and I think the mini size is a great size. This one's really big. There you go. But it's a great little pen roll organizer, and this has stayed in my collection. Okay, up next we have this right here. This is the Hobonichi parachute pouch. This is made to hold your Hobonichi Weeks. Where's my Hobonichi Weeks? I had it here. Oh, here it is. It's made to hold your Hobonichi Weeks and then some. This has so many pockets, so many slip pockets that you could add all your stationery goods. But what I loved about it is it has this large mesh pen case, which also has these little elastics. So if you are putting, like, say, your fountain pens, at least it's kind of secured and it's not going to be touching things and moving around stuff. And then if you wanted to add, you know, some of your supplies, you can. So this is great, and it holds a lot because of the material. So this is one of my favorite like ways to carry my stationery supplies and my pens. I did use this for my sketchbook because this was a great way to carry a lot of my drawing supplies and my sketching supplies. But this is a great one. I know this was a 2019 edition, maybe. It's been a while, but it's definitely one of my favorite pen pouches or pen cases. when it comes to like my drawing and stuff like that. It's very nice. Oh, and it has also a slip pocket, which also holds a Hobonichi Weeks as well. So, I mean, if you're packing a couple of Hobonichi Weeks, this will fit a couple. So I definitely like this case. Next up is this one, this little pen roll. This is the Superior Labor. I bought this a while back in 2018. I thought it was super unique because I never saw anyone sell this, but it has 3 pockets and it holds a lot of markers. I use this for my markers. And what I loved about this pen roll is that when you use this, let's say you have your pens in here, it goes like this, and then you actually do this, and it becomes like a stand for all your, obviously if it was full, for all your markers. And so when you're journaling or whatever, it's easy to access your markers or your pens. So I really liked this one, and I've never seen it before. And so when I saw it, I grabbed it. It was, I think, from 26 Market is where I got it from. It's a stationery shop in Canada. And usually if I'm looking for unique items from the Superior Labor that I can't find in the US, usually the 26 Market in Canada carries things that are a little bit different from what the US carries. And so I love this thing. I haven't used it in a while because, again, I journal, and I journal on my desk, and so my markers right now are in a container for easy access. So I haven't felt the need to use this right now, but it's in my collection for when I do need to use it. Again, this is the Superior Labor tote. I don't even know what, or pen roll. I don't even know what's the exact name for it because I can't find it anymore. So if you know, let me know in the comments. Okay, we're down to our last 2, which is actually the newest acquisition that came into my collection, and I thought it would be great, but again, my expectations didn't meet how it looked. So let me explain. So I have 2 of these. So this is the Superior Labor. This is the 5 pen. It's I'll pop on the exact name of this pen holder, but it is absolutely beautiful. I got it in the brown color. Here's the hot stamp, and it has this like the pen holder right here, and it closes like this and it snaps. And I feel like you don't really know until you actually use it in your life, and you're like, ooh, there's certain things I don't really like about this thing. So first off, it's a beautiful pen holder. When I first got it, I didn't realize how big it was going to be. It's quite large, as you can see. But again, it is a 5 pen holder. I don't know what I was thinking. It's mostly user error expectation. And I love how this looked. Now the thing is when I placed my fountain pens in here, a lot of my tall ones, if you can see, put this here. Now this doesn't have a clip, so this, like, you know, this one has, okay, you see how I have that? If it's not the size of this right here, you're gonna have a hard time closing it, which I feel with the amount of money that you spend on this, it does have limitations. Like this one right here is perfect. You see how it aligns with the width of this. This one I'd have to kind of adjust, but it doesn't fit. Now, this one right here, when it's clipped, it passes it here, right? And here's the thing, when I close it, do you see that? It does not reach because it's too tall, right? So I believe it's a design flaw. And so I would have to not clip it but then it's very loose in there, but at the same time, it does kind of pass it a little bit. And so it's really, you really have to pull to buckle that. Now, maybe I should have done a single video about this pen holder. Maybe it'll save you some money. Or I don't know, for me, because of the price of it, I feel like because of the limitations, it doesn't work well with a lot of my pens. And it's a shame. It really is. But as you can see, and then when you kind of force it to button it, having to close it's a little getting used to. But as you can you see that? Because it's so long, it actually starts to imprint above here. And so I know I can't use this specific pen in there, which is a shame because I have a bunch of Twisbies. This one, because it doesn't have a clip, it won't work in there. And this one, again, closing it falls right in between here. And so there's no like leverage. You have to really put your finger underneath and button it up, which is kind of annoying. So yeah, so there are only certain pens that will work in this pen case, which to me, that's not cool. I want all my pens to work in here, you know? Just like this one. This works with all my pens, no matter what size it is. And so I have a few feelings about this. I mean, it is, like I had mentioned, it is beautiful. But when I did start using this, because of this flap, it takes a lot of space. And so I have to kind of do this, which is fine. But again, I think my main issue with this one is that I can't use all my fountain pens on here. It has to fit this width right here, from here to here, to be able to close this comfortably. And then again, this part right here, I wasn't anticipating this being kind of like a pain to close, as you can see. So yeah. That's my 2 cents about this fountain pen holder. They do have a 3-pen one. I don't know if it's better, but I can only assume that it has to be a certain size. Unfortunately, it has to fit within this. And that's just, I don't know, for the price of it, it just makes me sad that I can't use majority of my fountain pens on here. So, okay, enough of that about that one. Let's look into our last one. And so when that happened, I was like, maybe this will be a lot better. And I feel like this is definitely a lot better. This actually fits because, as you can see, this is the Galen leather. Sorry, this is the Galen leather 5-pen holder as well. And let me put this in here. Ooh, so this one is, I like the fact that this is closed on the bottom compared to this one, because it is opened. There's really nothing to save like the pens that don't have clips. So I feel like off the bat, this has a little bit more, you can use this a little bit more. And as you can see, my tall pens fit fine. And it's not like warping over here. And because it's kind of like a wide closure, it's not tight and it's magnetic. There is some space. And so this fits a lot of sizes. And I feel like if I had the choice to pick between these two, I would get this one off, because of the fact that I can use all my fountain pens, and even my tall ones are fine, and I don't have to worry about, and it's such easy open and close compared to this one. and that it's protected here on the bottom. So if I do open it, I don't have to worry about anything slipping out. And in this case, if I open this one and it's not clipped, it will slide out. And so I think this is a better design for your pens. And this fits 5, but I feel like you can add in between here. Like if you have pocket size ones, you can fit right in between because of the way it's designed. It has like a slip pocket here. You can add your pocket pens in between this, and so it can hold a lot. So this is what I would recommend if you're looking for a 5 pen holder versus this one. I feel like this one is a lot more value, and this, I think it was way less than this one. I'll pop in the price what I paid for this one, and it comes in, and I love the leather on this. It's just really durable. And so if you are looking for a 5 pen holder that can hold a little bit more, and even if like you don't use pocket pens and you have like regular pens, this will fit as well. Like when you kind of put it right in the middle of, I feel like it's a great pen case. So I would highly recommend the Galen leather one versus the Superior Labor one. This one's a little fussy. There's things that I wish design wise wasn't on there. And so this one is a great one if you want all your fountain pens to fit and be protected any size, and you don't have to worry about like, is this fountain pen too long, or does it need a clip so it can stay in the case. This one is a really great one. So yes, I highly recommend the Galen leather one. It's one of, if I ever need a very big cumbersome case, this would be the one. And I guess this one will only be carrying the ones that it can carry, because yeah, it is what it is. And I love the Superior Labor. You know, I love the look of it. I love how it looks, but it has to function as well for what I need. And so yeah. Okay guys, oops. That is all of my pen pouches, pen cases, pen holders. It's not too bad, right? But I have learned out of, you know, the pen cases that I do have, I have learned to what to look out for when it comes to shopping online, when it comes to these pen cases. And I'm just glad that this worked out for me as far as this one. And this is why I was saying that some were misses. I wish it wasn't, because again, I love the Superior Labor, and it's just one of those things where it comes to design, and this just didn't hit the mark, unfortunately. But nonetheless, I can still use this. I can use it with certain fountain pens. So I eventually will use it. Okay, guys, so that is my whole pen collection, or pen holder collection. Did you see any that you liked, or maybe you want to add to your collection, or maybe you would want to avoid? I don't need all of these, obviously, because I don't really travel much to where I need to have this many pen cases. Do I see myself adding any more pen cases in the future? I don't know. Knowing me, probably. And I'm just a little bit more mindful now that I have tried out these bigger ones, and just really deciding, like, do I even need a bigger pen case? You know, so it's all a learning experience. And eventually, I don't know if I'll ever sell these because I love them so much. And but I do know I do want to add a magnetic pen holder like this, but the double one, that will be in my future for sure. And we'll see. And then I actually know what items to avoid now and what to look for, especially when it comes to the bigger fountain pen holders. But yeah, I think that is it. I hope you enjoyed this video of my updated collection. As you can see, there are some favorites and there are some ones that I wish it looked a little bit, or it functioned a little bit differently. But all in all, I really do love my collection of pen holders and pen cases and pen pouches. I do have a bunch of, not a bunch, but I do have like my utility pouches, but this I feel like is in a different category. Maybe like stationery pouches. But I do hope you enjoyed this video, and if you made it this far, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.